We'll say dengue fever. I think I like dengue fever because of now. But we're going to be talking about dengue fever. We heard reports that it had surfaced in the eastern region and then it went to central region. And now we're looking at other regions that it has popped up at. So we're going to be having a conversation about that in studio. I have Dr. Susie Anku. She's a medical doctor and she actually is really beautiful. Yeah, right? Okay, I like your smile already. Good morning, Doc.
Good morning.
How are we?
Good.
Yes, no dengue fever. But let's talk about dengue fever.
Okay.
So what is this whole dengue? What's about this? Yeah, what is this?
Okay, thank you so much for having me, and then a very good morning to our cherished viewers back at home. So, dengue fever, you prefer dengue, so I'll go with dengue fever. So dengue fever is a viral infection. Okay, when there are organisms that causes infection, we have various forms of them. We have bacteria, we have fungus, and we have viral. So dengue fever is a viral infection. Okay, and then it falls within a group of infections called viral hemorrhagic fevers. And under those categories, that's when we have the Lassa fever, the Ebola virus. Okay, so that is what dengue or dengue fever is all about. So it's an infection, a viral infection.
Okay.
That is that occurs mostly at the tropics or the subtropical zones, and the major cause of it is the Egypt or Aedes mosquito. It's a very giant mosquito.
I see.
Okay, so that's dengue fever. Primarily, what it causes is just giving fever that is high body temperatures. I think as we go along, we'll know more about it.
Great. So before now, did we have cases like that in Ghana?
No, not really. Not really. It was something that happened long time ago, but currently it's a new thing that has come now.
I see.
We had a few cases in July. We realized that there were cases being recorded at central and eastern regions of Ghana. Mm-hmm. Yes, but a few now are entering other regions like the Bono regions among the Fulanis. But I want to say that the reason why it is not spreading fast is that our public health personnel and the government is doing everything possible to curtail this spread. Mm-hmm. So there are lots of sensitization. Public health personnel are always on the ground, educating on preventive measures, and I'm sure that it's going to stay where it is and will not be recording very high numbers.
I see. That's great. So now we know that dengue fever is mostly found in coastal. So it means if you have water in your area,
tropical, where there are bushes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I see. That's it. But aside the numbers that we're seeing now, what other things should we be looking out for? What are the symptoms that we should be looking for in this whole dengue fever? Oh, mine is dengue fever.
Dengue fever. All right. So, like I said earlier on, that a dengue fever is caused by a type of mosquito. We have groups of mosquitoes. We have the one that causes malaria, and that is called a female Anopheles mosquito. So this type of mosquito is called the Aedes. Okay, the Aedes mosquito. Okay, and this is the type of mosquito that causes this dengue fever if it bites another person. So if an infected Aedes mosquito, when it bites someone or a human being, then you'll be able to get this viral infection. We have other studies have shown that there can be mother-to-child transmission. If a mother have it, can give it to the child by birth.
Really?
Yes. And then we have other studies that are very rare that can be transmitted through blood contact, but those are rare. But now, currently, is vector transmission. That is the major mode of transmission through the mosquito bite.
Wow.
And surprisingly, these mosquitoes also work during the day.
So once we are going about abuse,
that is yes.
Wow.
Yes, because we are not nocturnal beings. We work during the day, so these mosquitoes are also active. Unlike the one that causes malaria that happens at night. These ones, they are very active
during the day.
Yeah,
I see. So then, how do we? Let's get back into the symptoms.
Yeah. So want to say that those individuals who have dengue fever may not show symptoms at all. Okay, there are some people that may be asymptomatic; they may not show any symptoms at all, and then there are others also that will show mild symptoms. So some of the symptoms is that a sudden onset of high-grade fever. Fever in this category, I want to say the high body temperature, because in our context we have different definition for fevers. So a sudden onset of high-grade fever, that is high body temperature, the individual will be complaining of headaches, muscle, joint pains, body aches here and there. They'll have pain that around their eyes, and then also rashes. Okay,
rash where?
Rashes on the body.
Any part of the body at all?
Yes.
Oh.
There's a distinct rash that comes with it. Okay, and then also individuals who experience those mild symptoms, or people who get infected again the second time, may have severe form of the infection, which is rare anyway, but for the purpose of knowledge, education, they may have severe form of the infection that can range from severe abdominal pains, vomiting, even to vomiting of blood or blood in your stool.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes. But that is rare. That is very rare.
Wow.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. So we're looking at fever, which you explained to be high body temperature.
Yes.
Then we're looking at joint aches, body pains, headaches.
Yes. Yeah.
I see. So if you should have these symptoms, because the things that you said right now,
yes,
if it happens to my Ghanaian self,
yes,
I would say that's menya malaria.
Yes, exactly. Yes, so that is why we are. It has become an issue of public health importance.
Okay.
The reason is that even though it may not cause severe infection, like you said, the symptoms that accompany it looks similar to that of malaria and other things, okay? Which, like you said, in our Ghanaian context, when you have such symptoms, it's either you go to the pharmacy and said, oh, I have malaria, treat me, or you cook your herb and then you drink at home. Or you wait and said, my immune system will fight the fever. That's what I get.
My system is strong.
I get most of the times at the hospital. So because of these issues, that is why we are really talking loud about it. So when you are home and you experience any of these things, please go to the nearest health facility for you to be examined, and then dengue fever should be ruled out, please.
But how is that examination done? Because you see, sometimes when we get to the hospital, you give this is a typical me at the hospital. They check my BP, check my everything, and then they're like, oh, what are the symptoms? You have headache, you have this, you have that.
Yes.
Then the doctor can say, those who normally would do try and error with you, like, okay, with these symptoms, get Bico one, this one.
Okay, so no, we don't practice that in our health system.
Not anymore?
Not anymore.
So it used to be there.
Yes, and especially in this era of dengue fever, every facility is being sensitized. I told you, this is an issue of public health importance. So every part of the hospital is sensitized. So if an individual comes with a high fever, there are protocols. You are looking more, because now we have outbreak of dengue fever. So it's not going to be treated like any other thing. So if you come to the OPD, we do your initial checks and realize that you have a high fever. One of the index of suspension is that you can be a candidate of dengue fever, and then the protocol be followed appropriately.
Okay. Yeah. Now, should somebody have an underlying condition, something that already is weakening their immune system? Somebody has maybe a problem, a lifestyle disease, let's say diabetes, hypertension, and high blood, whatever, all of those things. Does it have a higher effect when you have dengue fever?
No, currently we don't have any data supporting that, but nevertheless, if your immune system is weakened, it's also going to affect of how you're going to respond. You're going to respond to any other infection that is coming to you. But we don't have any clear cut that if you're hypertensive, it means that your dengue fever will go higher than somebody that is not hypertensive.
Okay.
There's no clear cut issue on that. But in all, when you come to the health facility, all your comorbidities like the hypertension and diabetes will be put in perspective, so that appropriate treatment will be given to you. And also, we are also very careful not to cloud every patient with fever as dengue fever.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, that when you come, there are proper triaging systems in place and proper protocol systems in place in every facility that I can.
I see. So malaria has levels. So there's malaria, then there's +1, there's plus. That's when you're about dying. Plus. But but with dengue fever, does it have like hiking levels like that?
Oh no. So the test for dengue fever is different. It's not the same test that we use for malaria. So there are parameters. We check your full blood count. We look at something we call the hematocrit levels. Okay, and then we also check your kidney functions. We check your liver function. There are parameters within it that will let us know. And then if you get a suspected case, there are protocols in place for public health interventions. And then we have our an enormous lab here. Noguchi is here to do the support. So don't be scared. Everything is under control.
Okay. Yeah. So here we are in Africa. Wait, what to say? Dengue fever. Sister, when you be let's talk about stigmatization.
Yes.
What's the story with it? Dengue fever. Tell us something that we need to know.
Yes. No one with dengue fever should be stigmatized. Like I told you, I'm sure the reason why people are stigmatized is because of it's being part of the group of viral hemorrhagic fevers, like I said earlier on, the Lassa fever, the Ebola. And you know how Ebola was very horrendous. So when you hear that, this one also falls within that same family, then you begin to panic. But there's no need to panic, because like I said, the mode of transmission of this particular one is vector. It's through a mosquito. So when the mosquito, infected mosquito bites you, get it. It's not through body contact as much. It's not through like blood, fluid, and those things, so that you say that, when I touch you, I'll get it. When I use your spoon, I'll get no. And then and like I said earlier on, the disease operates in milder forms. People may not even show symptoms at all, or it even come in a milder form. So please, if you are listening to me wherever you are, do not stigmatize.
Yeah, do not stigmatize. Okay, we have children going to school. You mentioned that people in very not crowded but marshy areas and all of that. So what advice are we giving caregivers and teachers for students in school?
Yes. So our preventive measures, when you see the Ghana Health Service, the targeted school children, the schools targeted farmers, and then the general population as well. So for the schools, we want to make sure that classrooms are clean. Classrooms are cleaned, cupboards, that things, mosquitoes and things cannot be, make sure that they are all cleared and arranged in around the school environment. The bushes are cleared. We make sure that if there are anything that is a source of stagnant water, all of those things are cleared. Everywhere is spacious, so that they do not have a place to breed. And then also, if you work, especially farmers, and you know that you're going to farm, make sure that you wear protective clothing long enough to cover every part of your body. The use of the mosquito nets, the repellents, all these things are means of prevention.
I see.
Yeah. And then as a public health activist, I always champion prevention. Prevention is always better than cure. So as you are listening, make sure that you put on all these measures.
Okay. So we're home, and then maybe this my child gets something like this. What are the first aids the family should be looking at before we take the child to the hospital, or we ourselves get to the hospital?
Okay. So like I said earlier, the first thing that you see is a sudden onset of fever, high body temperature. So if the child is getting that temperature, I think the first thing you want to do at home is to bring the temperature down. So you can tap a sponge. If you have any paracetamol or anything, you can give. But We are not encouraging that because I know after our Ghanaian setting, the fever is a symptom of something. There is an underlying cause of it. If you do not treat the underlying cause and you are treating the fever, you are causing harm. Yes, and you know fever causes a lot of complications, especially in children under 5 years. It gives them convulsion.
Oh,
yes, and that can lead to serious brain damages and issues. So, for children, immediately you have the fever. I mean, if there is so high, you step a sponge that is using cold water, and then you give a paracetamol. Please, the next thing is to rush and child and come to the hospital. Don't sit at home and say that I'll manage it.
I want us I want you to reiterate what you said again, that fever is an underlying situation and it could even cause convulsion in children.
Yes.
That could lead to brain damage.
Yes.
Is that some of the things that causes all these cerebral syndromes and all of those things in children?
Yes, it can cause serious damages. Okay, so like I said earlier, I'm going to hammer on it again. Fever is a symptom of underlying conditions. It can come from infections such as malaria. It can come from bacterial infections, any form of it. So what happens is that especially children under 5 years, okay, when they have this fever, that's this high body temperature, it tends to cause them to have convulsions. Convulsions is just excessive electrical activities of the brain. Okay. So as it goes on, it can be, and you don't. Some people it happens. I have seen a lot of children who even die from convulsions or come and have serious brain damages. And that affects them because when the fever starts, we sit at home and we start you give paracetamol. Then or sometimes herbal concussions. The fever is not going. So they are monitoring it. By the time you realize convulsions start, and some parents even when the convulsions start, they put garlic inside the nose of the children.
Oh Lord Jesus!
Some of them pour water on them.
Garlic.
Yes.
What's the idea?
Okay. They said that when the child smells it,
you come back to life.
Yes, they'll come back to life.
Wow.
They'll come back.
Wow.
And this convulsion can even persist. That it will start as something that just once before you realize, because it is not being aborted, it will occur. Then it gets to a time repeatedly the child will be having convulsions repeatedly, and that is a serious damage to the brain. So this child, if you're not careful and you not get the appropriate treatment, will recover. And the brain controls every aspect of our body. This child may have, depending on the part that is mostly affected, will have its consequences.
Well, you heard the good doctor. So if you're listening, you're watching, first off, share the link because we're live on Facebook. It's TV Africa's Breakfast Live Show. And then you should tell somebody else about dengue fever. And don't stigmatize because it will be lame of you to do so. Like, don't do that. Yeah, we're past that level. Okay, now we're at the point where if you feel somebody's under certain pressure, you should give good advice. Oh, have you gone to the hospital? Do the right thing or something like that. And then the first aid is not for you to give para in the morning, para in the afternoon, para in the evening. No, please do the right thing. Well, in the spirit of doing the right things, let's wish some good people some happy birthday, right? Aside the dengue fever. Yeah. So my first birthday is going to a beautiful boy. It says, the Asthma and the Hopes family wishes him a blissful new age filled with blessings, joy, and strength from above. We love you forever. Esie. Yeah. So that's it's a like chilling power. Only impona unam beach very soon. When our birthday party there, you're looking really nice. So may the Lord bless you and keep you. Now the next one, it says this one is what Asida Kweku Asthma. Okay, that's the same person. Yes. So Asida Kweku Asthma. That's the same person. And then we have another birthday. He says, happy birthday to a true hero, Vida. Okay. Vida is a policewoman. You dedicated your life to serving and protecting others. Today, we celebrate you and all that you do. May this special day be filled with love, joy, recognition for your bravery and selflessness. You are an inspiration to many, and your dedication to keeping our communities safe is a truly appreciated effort. Here's to another year of making a difference in the world. Enjoy your day, Vida. Auntie Vida, enjoy your day. You're a pleased woman, and then you're greatly loved. And I don't know who this message is coming from. This is from Nana Kwekujan. So Nana says that Charlie, Auntie Vida, you do all for there. Yeah. So I think that basically that is it. But just for your information, if you want to wish somebody a happy birthday on the Breakfast Live Show, I would be very glad to wish that person on your behalf. How about that? Yeah, right, great. So let me give you a WhatsApp number to send your birthday messages to. It's 020-814-1436. 020-814-1436. All right. So thank you, Doctor, for coming all the way. May God bless you and all your facilities and all your endeavors and all your, if it's your birthday, I'll say all this, but it's not your birthday. So, so this is where we draw the curtains for today. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. Still Breakfast Live Show. My name is Precious Biadola. See you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.
All the times I dey pray, say, make this love never fail me. Make we day, make it day. And I hope say you feel the same. All these things where you got, child. Me, I'm ready to mine. When I pull up, you said you walk, and I want you to be my wife. Oh, I don't let, come and show me that you love me. Yeah. Me, I know you carry your love to play. Me, I know you carry your love to play. I don't let, come and show me that you love me. Yeah. Me, I know you carry your love to play. I dey Cape Town, I see one, it can big, I no chaser. She won't give me something, I no take If you know the you, be my paper, oh paper. I know they fake don't you ever say you wanna break up. Baby girl, you know one of it take Promise me before I press a celebrator. Oh. Yeah, Africa, TV Africa.